Hello and welcome to another edition of the Ferzoco Group TV. I am Chris Ferzoco.
And I'm Joe Ferzoco. And folks, if this is your first time to this channel and you want the most up-to-date market or happenings here in Cape May, Atlantic County, just hit that subscribe button, tap that bell for notifications, and make sure you hit that like button and you'll be the first to get the most up-to-date market and happening information here at the shore. And Chris, actually today we are going to talk about market stats. We're going to look at March 2022 compared to last month, February.
That's right, Joe. So let's take a look at March versus February, and I'm going to actually start in one of our key towns in Ocean City. And what we're going to cover here today, folks, we're going to look at the value of homes, whether they've increased or decreased. We're going to look at the number of properties that sold, and Joe, ultimately, we're going to look at how many actually came on the market. Okay, so in starting in Ocean City, let's talk about that. So values in Ocean City, no surprise here. Boom, way up in 1 month versus the other. It actually went up 31%. In the month of March over February. Yep, so a big jump there. All right, now moving over to the number of properties that actually sold. Another jump in there. We actually had 146 properties sell in March versus just 104 in February, which by the way is actually a really good start to a year anyways. But that was actually an increase of 40%. So there's a nice big jump there in the number of properties that sold. And as for the number of properties that came on the market, surprisingly here, Joe, there was actually a big jump. Now we are getting into that spring market, so it does make sense, but there was a 31% increase in the number of properties that came on the market for sale. We actually had 58 in February, 76 in March.
Gotcha.
So folks, we are continuing to see more homes coming on the market down here at the shore, Ocean City specifically. So you want to make sure if you are in the marketplace, now's the time. They're available, okay? Now, Joe, I'm going to move down a little bit. Going to move into Seattle City.
All right.
The values in Seattle City, this was interesting. Haven't seen this in a long time in Seattle, but from March compared to February, we actually had a decrease in value, folks.
How about that?
Yeah, we actually dropped by 8%. Okay, so that might just be a little bit of an adjustment in the market there. We'll see how it kind of plays out here, but we had a slight decrease of 8% there in March. As for the number of properties that sold, we did have an increase there. We actually had, now this was amazing, Joe, 214% increase. I'll say it again, a 214% increase in the number of properties that sold here in Seattle City. For actual numbers, we went from 7 to 22.
Okay.
Right? So, you know, we kind of put that in a little bit of a different perspective. Yeah. And when you look at the number of homes that came on the market, we actually did have a decrease in the number of properties that came on. We had a 50% drop. We went from 28 to 14 from February to March there. So we did have a decrease in the number of properties that sold.
Oh, wow. How about that?
Or came on the market.
Yeah. So when we look at, go a little bit further south, all the way actually to the bottom, Cape May. We're looking at actually just for the month of March, we had an increase in sale price of 29% increase there.
Yep.
As far as properties that sold, we had a 53% increase in the amount of properties that sold. We had 15 properties sell in the first quarter, or I'm sorry, in March compared to February, 15 sell, and then actually the number of properties that listed was actually up as well, and that was a 37% increase to 16. So one thing that I did notice, Chris, a little bit further south, we did see some increases in properties selling as well as properties listed for sale. So kind of your point a little bit earlier, properties are coming onto the market, folks, so if you're looking to buy, now is the time to do so. We jump up into the Wildwoods, North Wildwood, 2% increase from March to February in your average sale price. As far as the number of properties that sold, that did drop 12%. We had 21 units sell in the month of March, and we had 26 come on the market, which was almost identical February to March. Okay. In Wildwood, we saw a 23% decrease in the sale price for the month of March. So clearly, someone didn't sell their $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 per sale. I mean, come on, let's go, guys. So that was a 23% drop in the sale price for just the month of March. We had 30 properties sell, which was an increase of 33%. And then we had 42 come on the market, which was also an increase of about 24%. We go into the Crest. Yeah, that is great. We go into the Crest, 26% increase in their average sale price for the month of March compared to February. We had 40 properties sell, which was a 22% increase. And we had 19 come on the market, which was a 34% drop. So as you can see, folks, 19 come on, 40 sell. There's a big gap there in some of these towns. Absolutely. Yep. Diamond Beach, Sea Point Village, we had a 6% increase In our sale price, 4 properties sell in the month of March, 75% increase compared to February, and we only had 1 property come on the market, which was a drop of 67% there.
Wow.
So that kind of covers some of the beach towns. Chris, I think you want to jump offshore a little bit and cover some of that stuff.
Yeah, Joe, let me just hit the primary market here real quick. I'm going to go into Summers Point here. Values in Summers Point actually dropped about 19.5%. From February into March there, so it actually went from just under 400,000 to actually just above 300,000.
Okay.
So again, about 19.5% drop there in Summers Point. For the number of properties that sold, we actually had a pretty big decrease there at 32% of properties selling, and then we actually had an increase in the inventory. We actually had an increase in the number of properties coming on. It actually jumped up by 9.7%.
Okay.
So we're actually starting to see in Summers Point, Joe, inventory rise a little bit, which is a good thing. Obviously, if you're in the marketplace, the homes are available there.
There you go.
Now, jumping down a little bit into Upper Township here, back into Cape May County, values in February to March actually increased by 37.5%. So that's a nice jump there in that primary market. We actually saw the number of properties sell increase as well. It jumped up by 58%. So huge jumps in the numbers there.
Yeah.
For properties selling here in Upper Township, and then in the number of properties that are coming on the market, we actually had a decrease, and that dropped by 11%.
Okay. All right. So if we go a little bit further south, we're looking at like Cape May Courthouse. We had an average sale price from March to February drop 22%. Now, the number of properties that sold, that was an increase. That we had 18 properties sell in Cape May Courthouse March compared to February, which was a 6% increase. And we also, again, some of these towns, as you pointed out, we had an increase in the amount of properties that have come available from in March compared to February, which was a 20% jump. We had 30 properties come on the market in Courthouse. Now, if we go into like North Cape May, again, pretty common, 11% increase in the average sale price in March compared to February.
Yep.
When we look at the number of properties that sold, a 58% increase. We had 12 units sell in North Cape May. And again, the number of properties that came on the market in North Cape May, March compared to February of this year, was at 19, which was a 58% increase in the amount of properties that came on the market in the month of March compared to February. So yeah, again, there is inventory in some parts, in some towns, folks, that we are covering. So please, if you do in fact want to get down here and make a purchase on something, there are things coming on to the market right now. That's going to wrap up things for us today, Chris. Of course, folks, if you want to talk about a specific town or maybe your specific home and want a most up-to-date market information, please give us a call, shoot us a text or an email. It'll be our pleasure to help you with all of your real estate needs here at the Shore. Please check out some of our other great videos, and until next time, we'll see you at the beach.